Hello, welcome to our stream. We are currently streaming a Smash Bros. Tournament in the Anacortes Commons. We currently have 27 participants. My name is Bradley Logan, and
my name is Joni Umayam. We are our hosts for tonight. Yeah.
Hopefully this should go well.
Yeah.
Seems like we have a pretty good lineup of players.
This tournament is part of our homecoming competition. The top player for each class will dictate their points for the overall homecoming score. And there's a prize tonight, Bradley.
It is the HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset.
Beautiful.
All right, boys, match is starting. Start talking about it.
All right, so it seems like we got our players getting ready. Seems like we have somebody that is going to be playing Roy. Somebody is also setting up their name right now. And it seems like we're waiting for another to get connected.
So we got a Roy versus a Pichu. Testing, testing.
All right, we got Roy versus Pichu. You're going to be starting the match very soon. So, could you explain to our newer audience what Smash is?
So Super Smash Bros. Is a Nintendo fighting game. Basically how it works is if you get hit, your percent goes up, and the higher your percent is, the further you go when you are hit. So right off the bat, we're having lots of head-to-head action between Pichu and Roy.
And you can see as their percentage goes up, they do indeed get thrown further. If you end up going off the stage, you lose what is called a stock, also known as dying. Once you lose all 3 stocks, then you lose.
A lot of combat on the edge right now. A lot of reliance on their recoveries and their shields as well.
Roy is already in the red, meaning that he will get hit back further.
And Roy's already lost a stock.
Already down.
Fantastic.
After this match, we will quickly go over the rules, but for now, we'll let the first game play out. Seems like Pichu is taking up a lead.
Pichu seems to be controlling the stage quite well. Oh, that was a beautiful play by Pichu.
Doing some nice dodges. It doesn't seem like Roy is doing too many dodges. Maybe Pichu is dodging nearly all of Roy's attacks.
Not a whole lot of action in the projectile category. Lots of head-to-head action.
That is because these two characters are very melee combat.
That is right, Bradley.
I think Pichu only has one ranged attack, and that is their neutral B, which fires a small little electro bolt.
Well, both of them are in the red now. Pichu is holding on to their stock for dear life.
They are both in their hundreds.
And Pichu has lost their first stock. The playing field has been leveled. However, Roy's at 123%, and it's quickly growing.
And it seems like if that is going to be taken out, Pichu will then regain the lead. Roy almost sent out of the stage, almost to 150, past 150,
there he goes.
And he is off.
Beautiful.
Pichu's going back in, using those projectiles. Trying to get a combo off, Roy.
Roy's got to play it careful now that he's only got one stock left. Is he going to play the offensive or the defensive?
Seems like he's been playing mostly offensive, but it doesn't seem like his defense has been doing too well.
Yeah.
Pichu really knows how to play with those counterattacks.
Absolutely.
They're both in the red. This could technically be anyone's game. Pichu blocks an attack that would have killed them. They're both just chasing each other around the stage. Doesn't seem like any massive hits are being done. Oh, there's one on Pichu.
Is that it for Pichu? Oh, but his recovery
back on the
saves him.
stage. Missed the attack. Roy, is he going to be
back
going
up
off?
with his recovery. Both of them.
Ooh,
oh,
and
there he
that
goes.
is game.
That is game. Pichu has one with two stocks left, rather.
That was our first match. That was a great one to start off with.
It appears that was that our... Who was Pichu? Was that...
Pichu was... I'm afraid I do not know the names of the contestants right now.
Well, somebody has just possibly gotten points for their class.
For their class, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to quickly go over the rules for a second.
What? All right. What class? What grade?
So the rules are the loser
What
gets to pick the
grade?
stage, and it starts with the lower seed.
Peter, what grade are you in?
We end up selecting the tournament game rules. The penalty for unplugging your controller or pausing is forfeiting a stock, also known as just SD. And there's no inappropriate names, comments, or gestures.
Our second round is now underway. Looks like both of them are quickly on the offensive, quite like the last round.
This one is now Final Destination style, on Final Destination. Pichu seems to be getting more damage off on Roy. Roy is already in the red.
In the red once again. Pichu has already been playing incredibly tonight.
Nice counterattack from Pichu, playing it slightly safe. Seems like Pichu's really trying to get ahead with that stock. Just get it done and over with. And that's a hit from Roy.
Pichu is already out.
Surprising, honestly. But that's what happens in this game.
Full of surprises tonight. And we just died.
Roy is still at 3 stocks, but he is at 153%.
Quickly growing.
If he gets hit with one decent attack, he will be off the stage. And just like
so.
that, he is off.
Looks like the playing field is actually pretty level now, with Pichu only at 40% and both of them having 2 stocks left.
Roy performed a counter, seeming to deal some decent damage back to Pichu. He seems to be going to get a early stock lead. Roy now in the lead.
Quick turn of events from the last round. Looks like Roy's been more careful and more decisive with his attacks against Pichu.
Seems like Roy decided to get slightly more aggressive with those attacks and be ready for Pichu's counterattacks.
Absolutely.
Although Pichu is getting Roy back into that red, meaning that he is going to go out very fast.
Pichu in the orange now. Got to play it a little bit safe, being on their last stock after all. But it looks like they got Roy in a good spot.
Pichu setting up Roy for the
beautiful combo.
It is still anybody's game. Pichu could very well get Roy up to 70% or even higher, but it seems like
back
not
in the
right
red.
now.
He is back in the red.
They're both at 1 stock.
Nice grab from Pichu.
Close. Roy almost going off. Almost had a combo.
It's anyone's game now.
It's going to be very close. It's going to be up to whoever lands a decent hit or a decent combo.
Absolutely.
Pichu's
if
really
one of them
going for that.
could get a grab on one another.
Pichu's really going for that Thunderbolt combo.
Oh, and Roy's almost hit out. Oh, Pikachu almost performs it.
And Roy comes back.
Roy comes through. My bad, folks.
It is now equal.
Yes.
It is 1-1. Our contestants are doing very well.
Beautifully done, beautifully done. We got
Agreed.
1 more round left for these two. Anything could happen.
Got to make sure that they're wearing the right costume.
The most important strategy in Smash.
Make sure you look good. Wonder if we'll see any Sans
Yes, you're looking
fighters.
pretty good tonight, Bradley.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Oh, thank you.
But let's not focus on us. Let's focus on the game.
Yes, absolutely.
So it seems like
Ooh,
Pichu is getting some quick damage onto Roy. Roy is already in the 50s, quickly building. Pichu is taking little damage, avoiding as many attacks as they can. Roy is almost to 100. And he is already off the stage.
Lost a stock. Pichu only at 30% with all 3 of his stocks.
Roy almost hitting Pichu off, trying to even the battlefield. Waiting for it, missing it. Trying to set Pichu up for the combo. And there goes Pichu.
Pichu couldn't play it safe enough. Now the playing field is fairly level. With Roy at, 62% now.
Roy is quickly gaining on percentage. He's going to be much easier to hit off. He really needs to play it safe. Ooh, close call.
Ooh, and Roy almost gets Pichu with that possibly critical hit, but Pichu just evades it.
And he
And
finally
there we go.
finally hit that attack that he's been trying to land.
Beautifully done. Roy's now at
A nice
138%, and Pichu is at 1 stock.
But this does put him in the lead. He is very much able to keep his 2 stocks and take out Pichu. But it does not seem like that is going to happen.
Oh, man. 1 stock left. Both of them at fairly low percentages, almost equal. Anything could happen, folks.
I think we're playing at best of 2 out of 3 tonight.
I
and if
believe.
that is so, then it's going to be the winner of this game will be the
Go on
current
to the next round.
champion.
Oh, Pichu masterfully evades that attack.
It's a common mistake, happens by everybody.
Oh,
And
beautifully done.
Roy,
Pichu is out.
that was a good
What a
game.
fantastic set of matches.
I wish we knew the names of the players.
Absolutely, and they're greats to know who's
But-
pulling into the lead tonight for homecoming.
So they did well, though. Both fighters seem
Huh?
to do very great.
The girl won, playing Roy. Nobody knows what class she is in, but she just possibly won her class some points for this homecoming week. Beautifully done, beautifully
And
done.
as we wait for our next game to start,
How are you tonight, Bradley?
I'm doing pretty good. Seems like it's going to be a pretty fun night.
Coming at you with about 2 hours of Smash fun.
I think we said that
Well,
earlier.
I'm saying it again, baby.
Okay. I think I can quickly go over the stages before our next game starts. So it seems like all stage hazards are off. All Omega and Battlefield type stages are allowed. And the other allowed stages are Final Destination, Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, Town and City, Yoshi's Island, Castle Siege, Unova Pokemon League, Kalos Pokemon League, Lilac Cruise, Halbert, Smashville, and Fountain of Dreams.
Fantastic.
You may not know what some of those maps are, but it's okay. You don't really need to.
You don't need to know much about Smash to enjoy it, and that's what's so beautiful about it.
Seems like we have a decent crowd out here. I mean, it may not be too much, but we got 27 people showing up tonight, so that's something.
So yeah,
As we wait
looks
for...
like they're configuring their controls right now. Everyone has their own way of playing Smash.
And honestly, if you don't know what your buttons are, you won't perform great. If they're different than what you normally do, then you're going to have no clue what you're doing.
That is a given, my friend. What are your experiences in Super Smash Brothers, Bradley?
I've played a decent amount. I mean, I'd say it's a pretty fun game to play.
Same here.
It's
Have
a great party game.
Have you ever commentated a Smash Brothers tournament?
I
before,
can't say I
Bradley?
have. Have you?
No way, me neither.
Huh, wow,
that's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Up next on the big screen, we have Scott Gear and Vaughn Baker.
Scott Gear and Vaughn Baker are up to the plate this round.
Hopefully they will both be doing some pretty nice battles tonight.
Vaughn Baker, 11th grade on Kirby. Scott Gear, 12th grade on whatever he plays.
Scott is representing the senior class, and Vaughn is representing the juniors. Very curious to see how this match plays out. Anything could happen, Bradley. Anything could happen.
It could. It seems like Vaughn will be playing Kirby from what I have been told, but he could change that up if he chooses to. Seems like they are waiting to pick their stages.
Up next over here on the small screens, we have Ferric, Eli Tori.
Seems like they might be going for Skyworld. I don't think Skyworld is
I don't believe Skyworld is an available stage for them to play on.
unless they could just make it an Omega stage.
Absolutely.
Spirit Train's a pretty nice stage. That's a pretty fun one to play.
Please, I'm going to butcher another name.
It'd be really great if they could play PictoChat, because personally, that's one of my favorite stages.
Same. I love me some PictoChat action.
You know, reminiscence of the DSi
the
days.
good old DS days.
On commentating critique, like analyzing the game would be like Kirby has really good moves for recovery, which makes it and starting difficult, things like that. So not just say like, ooh, nice dodge, like good attack, like more.
So it seems like Vaughn will be playing Kirby tonight. Our senior is creating his name, going to be Burnett. going to be playing Incineroar.
Kirby versus Incineroar tonight.
This will be a very interesting play. Normally, Kirby is a character that will be evading the fight, but it seems like he's going to have no other choice against a character that doesn't have great recovery, which will be interesting to see.
And here we go, folks.
Immediately, Kirby
getting
has
the
a first hit off. Incineroar's
lots of evasion and blocking right now.
There's not too much going on. They're just kind of jumping around each other. Oh, Incineroar getting some sort of a decent hit off. Another decent hit going up for the combo. Kirby missing his block. Gonna keep getting comboed.
And Incineroar juggling Kirby right now while Kirby attempts their down B. Still lots of evasion right now. Kirby's in the red and Incineroar is in the orange.
This seems to be a much slower match than the previous one.
Absolutely.
They're both very defensive about it, or it could just be the fact that there is a Kirby, and that is what Kirby does, is runs. Not saying that is what our Kirby is doing, because he just took a stock off of our Incineroar.
Their first stock of this match lost.
But Kirby is at 120%.
Got to play it very safe right now.
Incineroar is a very heavy hitting character, so any one hit could knock Kirby immediately off.
However, Kirby is known to have a pretty good recovery and can use it to, he could use that to his favor tonight.
And Kirby losing a stock. Seems to be a pretty even playing field right now.
Kirby at 0% and Incineroar at 56. Anything could happen.
Seems like it's going to be a very close match, honestly. But if Incineroar goes off too far, he will not be able to make it back onto the stage.
Kirby already still not with a hit on it, and it's their second stock. Incineroar has to play it safe right now, already in the red.
Kirby's doing some nice evasion.
It is incredible how well Kirby has been evading Incineroar's attacks. He has
Kirby
hit Incineroar
perfected a whole stock.
Beautifully done. Incineroar now juggling Kirby once again.
Kirby is now finally taking damage on their second stock. Incineroar on their last stock must be very careful. Kind of have to play the opposite of what they were doing. They need to be a little more defensive.
Absolutely.
But it seems like now that Kirby sees that their opponent has less stocks than them, they are going to be more offensive than defensive than what they have been.
Still can't really tell who has been dominating this stock so far, but it looks like Kirby's still doing shockingly well. They're still holding on to that second stock for dear life.
It's going to be
Both
really
are in
close
the red.
to see who goes off this stock. And it seems like Kirby
gets the
is
right hit.
Losing a stock.
Incineroar has to be extremely careful if he wants to get this stock off of Kirby.
All Kirby has to do is get one good throw. Seems like Incineroar is going to try to deal some damage to get Kirby near to a point to where they can knock them off. And nope, that is the game.
Kirby nails it. Incineroar is officially dead.
Seems to be Vaughn pulled a very nice play that round.
Is Vaughn Kirby?
Vaughn is Kirby.
Are you sure?
That is what I have been told.
Okay.
I do not know the name of
them on screen. Talk about the plays.
All right.
So both players seem to be like they are getting ready for their next game. They both look very interested in their gameplay.
As stated before, Vaughn is representing 11th grade juniors, while
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember his name.
Well, it seems that we have forgotten the name of the other player, but it
changed
doesn't
to
matter because
Piranha
the match has begun again. Yeah, it looks like Incineroar decided to change to Piranha Plant, possibly to their detriment, already having lost a stock.
Piranha Plant being a very good character when it comes to recovery. Did not seem to recover well on that last
Very
stock.
shocking, very shocking. Means Kirby has definitely has a leg up this round. Otherwise, Piranha Plant seems to be playing it very well.
Going for an up
Dominating this
B.
stock.
Seems like Kirby is going to be playing a bit more aggressive, but is going to get a stock taken off for that.
The long reach of Piranha Plant may be what this player needs to counteract Kirby's evasion tactics. He's now down to 2 stocks.
Burnett seems to be trying to juggle Kirby.
Kirby evades
Almost
it
had a
to
dodge.
be hit again. Both of them in the red.
Both are at 2
Oh.
stocks. Both are
Beautiful
great characters
recovery
when it comes
by
to
Piranha
recovery,
Plant.
though.
Yes, fantastic recovery on both of these characters' parts.
And Piranha Plant loses
Piranha
a
Plant
stock.
loses their
Kirby is at
second
1.
stock.
Oh, and
Oh,
immediately,
immediately
just
destroyed
after
Kirby.
respawning,
Back to 1-1 stock. Kirby has not taken a hit yet for their final stock.
this is a very close game.
Despite the initial lead from Kirby, the playing field has been leveled once again. Fantastic.
It's crazy how Piranha Plant came back from losing that 1 stock very easily. But then seems to
Looks like Piranha Plant is
have a
gaining a
chance
lot
at
of
winning.
percentage in this final stock battle.
But they could still come back from it.
Absolutely.
All it takes is a couple of good dodges and a couple of good attacks, and it could be game.
Oh, just barely avoids that up B from Kirby.
Piranha Plant getting at least a decent attack off of Kirby. Another one. Kirby dodging one of Piranha Plant's attacks.
That was just barely, not quite the hit that Kirby needed to get Piranha Plant out this round.
And that is
And it looks like
over.
Piranha Plant has lost this round.
They both shake hands to signify that they both had a great match, and they're going to walk off.
Beautiful. Fantastic sportsmanship.
That was a very, very great round.
So say Vaughn won.
Vaughn won. Vaughn
won
got the
for
victory
for
royale.
the juniors. Hopefully he will earn points for his class. And now we wait for the next game to get set up.
So Bradley, tell me, who is your Smash mate?
I personally don't make a character in Smash.
Vaughn Baker on the Kirby, like sometimes, just to like bring it back.
I just keep forgetting who's who. Can we like write it down? Getting a message from Mason Baki right now to up the analysis and less commentary in our commentary.
So hopefully we will be doing a bit better. But as of right now, there is not much to really say.
We are going to move the box over. Grand prize, baby. So, as you were saying, Bradley, before we were so rudely interrupted by Mason Baki.
You know, I personally do not main a Smash character. I play many different characters. When I first got Ultimate, I decided to play Inkling because they were a new addition. Very fun character.
Very interesting.
My original main was, I think, Marth, because he was pretty fun. I liked his counter. Still one of my favorite moves in the game.
Fantastic. Looks like Mateo and Owen are up next.
While we wait for them to set up their controls, who did you main?
For a long while, I mained Sonic, primarily.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. But more recently, I've given Rob a shot.
Rob
I
is
realized that Rob is quite fun, hard to knock off, and yeah,
He has great recovery,
fantastic
which is
recovery.
a very important thing in the game.
For any of you non-gamers out there, if you
In the 9th grade on the young league, Mateo is on Mario or Mark, and he's in 9th grade. So 2 freshmen.
2 freshmen against each other. Mateo on the
Young Link, I think
No.
is what.
Owen is playing Young Link tonight, while Mateo is playing somebody else that I can't quite remember, but we will be seeing soon.
It's quite weird how they're putting two freshmen against each other, even though no matter which one
Absolutely.
wins will earn points for their class. But I guess when it comes down to it, it's who's going to represent their class.
Brother versus brother, family against each other in this game of Smash Brothers. It's a very dangerous game.
But it's great for parties.
But yeah,
That's their marketing.
like they're having possibly issues with the controllers right now. So while they're fixing that up,
I'm not too sure what to do.
I'm not quite sure what to do.
Once again, we do have a pretty decent-sized crowd out here. If I remember correctly, it was 27 participants, but then we have a couple more who are just here to view.
Perhaps they thought their Smash skills too grand for this tournament, and they didn't want to tip the scales too much.
Seems like there are problems happening with the controller pairing.
Technical difficulties. What it looks like, we're back up, going with Battlefield this round.
Again, I think they played Battlefield last round. Are we doing
Looks
three
like
players?
3 controllers are connected right now. And a 4th controller has been connected.
I think they messed it up.
It appears that we are still currently having some technical difficulties, folks. Oh dear. Fantastic. We have now received a list of the players.
A big thank you
This
to
will
Liam.
hopefully go smoothly from this point forward.
Zappy Kui and Cole Ekman over to the small TV over here.
All right. So once again, we have Owen Reeder versus Mateo Garcia this round, both representing the freshman class. Looks like Owen, as we suspected, will be going with Young Link this round, while Mateo, huh?
Owen's Young Link.
Got it. While Mateo is going with Marth. He's nicknamed himself
Soup. Soup with a period.
Yes.
The period is very important when
Very
it comes to that name.
essential. So the third round begins.
They both immediately drop, which is something that many players do when it comes to Battlefield. It's not very uncommon. They're both dodging a lot.
Lots of quick dodging and blocking right off the bat.
There's going to be...
But once the first hit was taken, looks like there's a lot more aggression happening right now on Battlefield.
Martha's going to need to be dodging a lot because Young Link does have many projectiles, a very projectile-based character.
Absolutely.
Whereas Link just needs to keep a distance in order to keep Marth. No, not Marth. Yes, Marth.
Yes, Marth.
My bad. I was thinking Ike. To
Oh,
keep Marth
Bradley.
away from them.
You card.
Getting a nice, quick little combo. Trying to go for the grab.
It's like Young Link gaining percentage quite quickly, but if he can keep his distance and utilize his projectiles well, he may be able to take off Marth's stock quite easily.
They are both very offensive, though, and that is something that is going to make this game very interesting.
Offensive, but utilizing their shields quite well. Both clearly very skilled players.
It just takes one hit to make somebody lose their first stock.
Absolutely.
Seems like we're going to see a lot of dodging today.
So much tension on the battlefield.
And
Marth has
Soup.
knocked off Soup has knocked off Young Link. His first stock is gone. But Soup has to play it a little bit carefully now, being at 106%. Looks like he's taking the offense, though. And Young Link is unable to recover from that fall. And Marth...
And being generous, Marth decided to SD because it does not seem like
Wow.
Young Link
What a
meant to do
good
that.
sportsman. What a great teammate.
Very great sportsmanship. So it seems
Soup
like
has gotten their
Soup
first
is
hit
still going to
on
be
Young
up,
Link
even
after
though
that whole
doing that
fiasco.
SD. Young Link still does have a chance.
Dodging Soup's attacks quite well. Marth nails that recovery back on the stage.
Young Link just needs to get a good grab and a good combo in order to hit Soup off the stage. Nice counter from Soup.
Absolutely. Both are faring very, very well against each other's attacks. Soup blocks that boomerang quite well with the shield.
Perfectly
Looks like if he can
timing.
nail the right hit on the edge.
Oh,
Oh,
and it
Young
seems like the
Link
wrong
is
button
up.
was pressed.
Soup has gotten the dub.
That sucks, but they do still have another game to go through, so hopefully there is no mistakes when it comes
Mateo
to this
as
one.
Marth, representing the freshman, has won that first round. Fantastic work. Seems like they're changing their stage now.
Nope,
Just
they're
kidding.
going back to Battlefield.
Full of surprises tonight.
I'm hoping we see an Omega Final Destination and
Absolutely.
a Final Destination Battlefield.
Marth and Young Link once
Keeping
again.
the same characters.
Good to stay consistent. Good to stay consistent.
This
Okay.
time, not both
Marth
dropping.
takes first blood, with Young Link following quickly after,
A nice reflect.
evading each other's attacks quite well, as you can see from the previous round.
Hayden and Waylon, you are next up on this small screen over here.
Once again, these two are both very offensive, and when it comes to games like this, it makes it very interesting. These players
Link.
both definitely know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Young Link is unable to hit their bomb hits due to Soup's impeccable blocking. And Soup is already at 102%.
But that did not stop them last time. Soup waiting for Young Link to miss their attack.
Young Link still at just 68%. But Soup, if he plays his cards right, he can easily take Young Link's stock first.
It's just one good hit. It's like what we've been saying. It's all it takes.
Chasing each other back and forth across this field. No one
Lot
seems
of
to have
dodging.
no one seems to have total control over the stage. Lots of back and forth, lots of dodging. Extremely fun to watch.
A nice jump counter.
It's like Soup has gotten Young Link in the red and taken his first stock away.
But Young Link might immediately take Soup out, and it was close.
Very close. Soup just barely comes back alive.
Soup seems to be playing slightly aggressive
Somehow
because
Soup's-
they know that they are going to lose that stock, so they might as well put some damage in.
Soup is somehow still alive at 171%, despite having 2 solid hits on him since Young Link has 3 solid hits since Young
Soup
Link
still
has
is
lost
not
his
off
first
the
stock.
stage, and that is very surprising because Young Link is a
Holding on.
very decent heavy hitter.
Dear life. And there
Soup
goes
loses their
Soup's
first stock. Young Link is only at
40%.
roughly 50%, which
Maintained his ground for
pretty
his after losing his first stock fairly well. All he needed was to get that one good hit on Marth.
seems like we're going to have another very close game.
Seems like so far Soup is dominating this stock with Young Link originally at a disadvantage and now at 107%.
Soup now missing the chance to perfect this stock.
But still only at 15%. Young Link is in the red and has to play extremely safe if he wants to get past this with more than one stock.
They are both at 2 stocks, though, so they are technically equal.
It's true.
This might be the end of Young Link, but no, one up B will save him.
Young Link doing as Marth did on his last stock, evading extremely well and getting in whatever hits he can on his opposing player.
Knowing that they are going to lose that stock, it is very crucial that they do get some bit of hits in. And
it looks like
taking out a stock, which is very nice.
very impressive. Was not expecting that.
Young Link was at roughly 50% and is now at gained 100%, but was able to take out a stock from Soup. But that is going to be Young Link losing a stock.
Both players are making very ambitious plays.
They are both very equal right now, though. It is still very much anybody's game.
Absolutely.
Both going very aggressive. They both know it's their last stock, so they must play it safe. Otherwise, it will be game over.
Mateo wins this round. He will be moving on to the next round.
That's the grades on it.
Soup already at 85%. Youngling.
Heavy hits on Soup. Soup could lose this round.
Soup at 119%.
One good hit
Youngling
from
just needs
Youngling.
one good hit, and he's gone.
But Soup could still bring it back, but it does not seem like it will happen. Very unlikely circumstance, but it could still happen.
Seems like he's playing his cards right, keeping pretty defensive.
Nope,
But Youngling
it is-
hits that perfect hit. And Mateo has lost this round. That means there will be one more round in this game. Round. I can speak English.
Youngling takes it from Marth,
Fantastic.
also
Looks
known
like
as Soup.
Battlefield has been chosen once again for the third and final round for Mateo versus Owen.
A very good map for settling the final match.
Absolutely.
Seems like nobody is going to be changing their characters. Both players are having fun. That's good to see.
Let's see if they can both play their cards right and keep up that
Soup's gonna
amazing
drop down
offense and evasion
again.
from the last two rounds.
Soup waiting.
Soup gets
The
first
counterattack.
blood. Looks like they're immediately at nearly equal percentages right now.
Soup does really well in that dodging, and I think that is what probably puts Soup over Young Link when it comes to things like that. But Young Link is very offensive and makes use of their projectiles.
Absolutely.
Which
Keeping a good distance and getting in whatever hits they can. As stated before, there's a lot of back and forth with these two. No one seems to be dominating the stage too much.
nice hit from Soup.
Young Link.
Surprisingly hitting Young Link off the stage only at
Already.
60%.
Only at 60%. I didn't catch that, but that is quite phenomenal. Soup at 69%.
Soup is nearing red. Young Link is only in the white right now. Marth. Marth is in the red.
Soup
Marth.
still doing fairly well with all three of their stocks.
Marth, not
And that
Soup.
might have been it. Oh, not quite. And Marth cannot nail that recovery. He's off the stage.
We are sorry for calling Mateo and Marth Soup.
Big apologies to all the folks at home watching.
It'd be very helpful if the players could put their names as their characters.
Absolutely. But there can't be bias in this.
Oh yeah, no.
No bias in it.
It's up to them. Whatever they normally play with, if it somehow affects their gameplay, it's fine.
Both players, 2 stocks. Looks like Soup at the higher percentage right now, but Young Link is not that far behind.
Marth does seem like they can still win this, though. It is still a very, very close game.
After a flurry of dodges, Young Link comes in with the projectiles. And Marth incredibly nails that perfect hit on Young Link as he tries to get back on the stage.
It is now
Young-
a 2-1 stock.
With Marth at 149% and off the stage.
And we're back to 1-1.
1-1. Seems like every round so far in this game has ended in a 1-1, if I am correct, which is just so exciting.
I think we did have one match that was 2-1.
Did we?
I think.
Sometimes my memory does not serve me, so
You know, it's all right.
it's okay. Thanks, Brandon.
Anyways, Young Link is in the red, whereas Marth seems to be
Not
less
quite.
than half of Young Link.
And Marth nails that final hit. Young Link is officially out.
Marth
Young
will be
Link-
taking the game,
Oh.
and that is
Mateo as Marth will be moving on to the next round for the freshman class.
that was a very, very nice game.
Fantastic. Both of them utilizing their defensive characters, or rather, the evasive maneuvers of their characters quite well. Yeah, very exciting game.
It's always good to see close games like that. 'Cause
Absolutely.
You get to see how people react to each other. You get to see that fast combat. And honestly, if you watch these, you can become better.
Absolutely. All right. So,
We're going to wait for the next game to get set up.
Isaac Bishop and Patrick
next
Nelson.
up on the big screen, we have Isaac Bishop and Patrick Nelson. Isaac will be representing the juniors, 11th grade, while Patrick will be
representing 9th.
fantastic. Isaac is playing Ridley, while we do not know who Patrick will be playing at. But very excited for this matchup.
Now, there could be a strategy that Patrick could be using, and that is that if he gets a stock up on Isaac, he could try an SD. He could try and take both of them off the stage, and they would both end up losing a stock.
That would be very, very exciting. Can't wait to see what happens.
I'm shocked that we haven't seen any Bowser plays, because that's something common that happens.
Quite common in Smash tournaments. All right. So that's 3 matches already done. Very, very exciting stuff.
It's going to be a very fun night.
I can already tell.
It'd be nice to know what class is currently in the lead for points, though.
Absolutely.
But I think because we haven't done too many, it's kind of just equal right now. But the question is, who will be the #1 to win this?
Only time will tell, Bradley. Only time will tell. As of now, looks like they're still pairing controllers.
Isaac's on Ridley. The other kid's on the other.
Oh, Isaac is on Ridley.
Isaac's on
Our
Ridley.
bad.
I think
Not our
you're bad, Bradley.
Controller
Looks like they
problems
still
again?
need to configure their controllers. Looks like a good
not.
balance of people using Joy-Cons and Pro controllers. I saw some GameCube controllers being thrown around earlier.
Which is
so,
very interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious
but
to see who uses those.
if you can use it, you can use it. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Same thing with your controls, which is why we do take the time to let the contestants change their controls, because it is very crucial to the game.
Absolutely. Yes. So, Bradley, how was your day?
Mine's been pretty good. You know, highlight doing this. What about you?
I'm actually thoroughly enjoying this so far.
You know, this may be our first time commentating. We might do it again.
Am I saying that we're the best Smash commentators to exist?
No.
Yes, that's exactly what
Oh.
I'm saying.
You know, we might be. We very well could be. It is subjective.
Bradley, let's be real. It is absolutely objective.
It's factual.
Cheese. Looks like someone has named their controller
Cheese.
So here you can see Isaac Bishop
Cheese's button
facing
settings.
off against Patrick Nelson. Very excited to see this.
I didn't know you could name the controllers.
Bradley, that's a pretty noob thing to say. Not very poggers of you.
And on this other small screen over here, we have Josh.
Remember how we just said that we were going to be commentating again? How about no?
We are professionals, folks.
Seems like we're going to be going for Battlefield again. But Omega, like I
Omega
was saying
Battlefield.
earlier.
They heard you, Bradley. They heard your call.
Wait, isn't Omega Battlefield just normal
You know,
Battlefield?
I was thinking the same thing,
Yeah,
but I
wait.
didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Yep, we got Ridley with Cheese. Or
Looks
Isaac.
like Cheese is Isaac. We will try and refrain from calling Isaac Cheese. We apologize to Mateo last round. Soup was just such a tantalizing name.
But it was soup with a period. And so that's what made it great.
Absolutely.
TGCPN is
Looks like Patrick is going to go with possibly Link. Fantastic. Link versus Ridley.
that's a very interesting match.
Very curious to see how this goes.
Once again, Link does have a lot of projectiles on all of his variations.
Absolutely.
Ridley is a very close range character though.
So if Ridley can maintain a close distance, then he might just have this one in the bag.
Ridley is very slow, but is also very powerful, which is something that will be interesting to see when it comes to these
As
two.
you can see, already Link has 125%, with Ridley just at 35. That was almost just the hit that he needed
Which
to
it
get rid
seemed
of
like he
Link's
was
first
going to be
stock.
off.
Just barely recovers.
Seems like Link will be losing his first stock soon. Unless he
not
is going
utilizing
to
his-
get Ridley back up to where he can knock him off.
Absolutely. Looks like Ridley is already at 74%, with Link at 169. Link has been playing this surprisingly offensive.
And there goes
And
Ridley.
he takes off Ridley's first stock. Very surprising. And there
goes Link.
right after. 2-2, 0% on both sides.
It's always fun to see those whenever both characters are at high percentages. Still a very close game,
Absolutely.
as have
Looks like-
most of these matches been.
Looks like Link, just barely misses the recover. That will be a major detriment to Link, but I'm curious to see if he can pull through and take off at least one more stock from Ridley.
So I was able to see that Ridley is trying to go for that SD where he will grab Link and take both of them off of the edge. If he is able to pull that off, that will be a very interesting way to end the game.
Absolutely. Ridley not even letting Link get his bearings and use his projectiles.
It would almost be insulting to end it like that. Good hit from Ridley.
Absolutely. Both are in the red.
And
Ridley
there
gets
goes
the
Link.
final hit. Link is gone. Link was Patrick Nelson, representing 9th grade. Very interested to see if Patrick will switch his character for the next round.
So far, we have not had very many character switches. Only one person has
Only
really
one
switched their
so
character,
far,
which
yes.
is, you know, kind of interesting. But everybody has their main. Everybody has their backup.
Absolutely.
I thought we were about to see a Joker come out.
Would have been a very interesting thing to
We
see.
got Ridley coming back.
Isaac back on Ridley. Looks like Patrick may be switching it up this round.
Piranha Plant? No.
Lucario, Peach, Ganon. And
Ganon.
he goes with Ganondorf. This is going to be a very interesting round. Two slow, strong characters this time. Let's see if their tactics can serve them this time.
Ridley does get the first hit off, but immediately Ganon brings them equal.
Well put, Bradley.
Well, how else am I supposed to
I
say?
don't know. We're professionals.
Ganon with a nice combo.
Both in the red, nearly equal. Looks like both are both utilizing their heavy hitting, close range attacks.
Ganon could have punished Ridley there for missing a counter.
Looks like we're going to see some high percentage fights this time around.
Because both characters are very hard to knock off. They are both
Absolutely.
very heavy characters.
Oh,
And just like that, it is turned
wow.
around.
Fantastic.
Ridley seemed to be controlling the stage for a bit, but then
He has
Ganon
lost
came
his
back.
first stock for this round. Ganon's poor recovery has costed him his first stock this time, and the playing field is now level.
Ridley getting the first hit off again. A nice hit from Ganon.
Both have dodged many hits surprisingly well.
And Ridley misses his recovery. Both characters seem to be very offensive. These are not defensive characters in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. Up close and personal. And it looks like Ganon has lost his second stock, and they are both at 0%.
And they are equal
with one
again.
stock left. This is
Ridley getting the
very
first hit off
epic.
again.
This is so epic.
This is a very, very close match.
Mm-hmm.
Both very equal, but it seems like Ganon will be losing because so far Ridley has been keeping his stock before Ganon has lost theirs.
But it still seems like it could be anyone's game. Although Ridley seems to be evading Ganon's attacks quite well. And a lot of hard-hitting attacks.
And there we go.
And
that was
Ganon.
a very, very nice game.
Beautiful. Looks like Isaac, as Ridley, has won this set of matches for the 11th grade.
Winning
We'll be
2
moving on
matches,
to
not
the next
even
round.
needing for the best 2 out of 3.
Wow. That was a very exciting set of matches. I don't know about you, Bradley, but that was...
It was pretty nice. You know, I normally don't see 2 heavy characters go against each other.
Next up on the next round, we have Alice Howden, Jasmine Ready.
That was epic.
That
That
was
was our
so
best
epic.
game yet.
Mason Baki informing me that this is our best game yet, bringing some joy to this old fool's heart.
It seemed like it made a lot of people in the crowd happy, though. It was a very, very nice game.
Absolutely.
However, if we do end up getting a Ganon versus any light character, it seems like the game will end decently fast.
Bradley, by any chance do you have a pencil on you?
I do
Or
not.
perhaps a pen? That is so epic.
It's for Matt versus Ella. They're both seniors. They're both playing Jokers.
Oh, no.
Looks like
We got 2 Jokers.
Jack and Ella are going against each other. Both seniors.
And both Jokers.
They have both decided to play Joker this round. Very interested to see how this goes.
Seems like both will hopefully be getting their personas this game.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah. Okay.
Arsene. Now I'm going to Arsene this to you, Bradley.
That was done really well, but
saw what I did
I'm
there.
not sure what to
Yeah.
continue
What's
with
to
that
add?
besides.
Segue. Look at this final prize. So beautiful.
It is very nice for a first place prize, though.
Absolutely.
Along with winning your class 400 points.
Yeah, I believe that whichever class gets first place will get 400 points for their homecoming score. Next we'll get 300, then 200, and then finally 100. Very, very exciting. As said before, this round is Ella Severin versus Jack Murphy, both seniors, both playing Joker.
Seems like they are pairing controllers again.
Ella going for the Joy-Con approach, it would appear.
That would be very interesting.
Bradley, tell me, what is your preferred way to play?
I can play anyway. I mean, I don't really play competitively. I'd rather just play for fun.
I was going to say the same exact thing, Bradley.
Yeah, I mean, normally I go with Joy-Con because when you play with friends, you don't really you have too many people to where you can't really use 2.
That's what's so great about Smash Brothers Ultimate. Being on the Switch, you can take it anywhere and pass out as many
Yeah.
Joy-Cons as you want to all your
You
friends.
play with people.
This sounds like an ad, but it is not.
We are not sponsored.
We are not sponsored.
Yeah, a Joy-Con seems to be being used. That's surprising. I wouldn't think I would see a Joy-Con. Unless they're pairing us wrong.
Looks like both are playing Joy-Cons, possibly? Because it looked like Ella before.
Both
holding-
playing Joy-Con.
Oh, nope.
No.
Looks like Ella has gone with the GameCube controller, it looks like. Very interested to see how this goes. As said before, they're both playing Joker. This will be a very, very interesting round.
They're both very happy to be doing this, though. You can tell. You can see it on their
Fantastic
faces.
sportsmanship tonight. Fantastic. Bradley, I apologize for cutting you off so many times.
No, it's all right. You know,
As-
that's what we do here.
It's my first time.
It's my first time, too.
No way.
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, thank you, Bradley.
You know, it's what we do.
Brotherhood. That's what gaming is all about.
So we got Joker versus Joker. This is going to be fun.
Very fun.
Shall we commentate only saying Joker just did this, Joker just did that?
Absolutely. It'll be well, that's the thing. I'm not quite sure who is who. Looks like Lines versus Burnett. So, yeah. Looks like Yellow Joker already getting some hits on Black Joker. You know what? Regular Joker.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
But that means that regular Joker is charging up Arsene quite quickly.
They're
Both
both
of them.
very close to having their arson.
Arsene has been sent out by our line regular
Lion Joker.
line Joker. Line Joker versus Yellow Joker. Let's
Burnett.
just go with that. Both of them have their personas out. It's a lot of gunplay, a lot of havoc. Looks like Line Joker is at 148%, 150, quickly growing. The percent is quickly growing. Got to play it extremely safe here.
All Yellow Joker needs is a good hit. All either of them need is a good hit.
It's true.
But it
Either
seems
of
they're
them could
both
be knocked
missing.
off as it stands. And Yellow Joker utilizing their gun, but not quite getting it.
Wow.
As the Joker with the higher percent knocks off the other Joker.
Lion Joker with arson again at 200%.
They really
That is
made
not
this,
something you normally
They really
see.
made this easy on us to commentate.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yellow Joker utilizes his recovery quite well. Line Joker playing it incredibly well for being at over 200%. And it
Yellow
looks like
Joker
he is off the
taking
stage.
out Lion Joker from their 200%, relieving them of their near 300%.
Yes. It was getting quite stressful to watch. Both fighters at the two stocks. Almost.
Seemed
Yellow
like-
Joker almost falls off the stage.
But was
nails
able
it
to
with a
recover.
fantastic recovery. Looks like Yellow Joker with the higher stock this time around.
They're both
Lion
playing
Joker.
very offensively, though. There is
Absolutely.
no defense when it comes to this, especially with a character like this. And as you can see,
Yellow Joker has lost their second stock. And Line Joker is now in the lead.
with their arson. Would you say it as their arson
I guess. Or would that be considered
Or
slavery, Brad?
their persona?
We'll just go with their persona.
Their persona.
Fantastic. Line
Yellow
Joker,
Joker gaining
with
their
two stocks,
persona.
but at 120%. Yellow Joker with their persona already out. They can get a good hit. They will level the playing field. Beautiful block and counterattack.
Almost leveling the playing field. And
It looks
that's
like
going to be
Yellow
it.
Joker
Missing the jump, or missing
Misses
the recovery.
Their recovery. Very close. Gotta love the Joker victory animation. Not exactly sure who was who, but I'm sure we will find out in the long run. Sure, good old Mason Baki will run up here, tell us what's what.
I kind of wish that we had Final Smashes on, because I would have loved to hear you should have seen it coming.
Absolutely. Final Smashes make it extremely exciting. It's like back on Line Joker and Yellow,
Yellow
Joker,
Joker.
baby.
Making this, once again, very easy for us.
Yellow Joker.
Okay.
We now know that Ella is the infamous Line Joker, making Jack our
Yellow Joker.
equally infamous Yellow Joker. Right off the bat.
The man in the yellow coat. So I have not really played Joker. Do you know much of Joker's abilities?
Honestly, not really. I played him a bit when he first came out. Not super clear on his abilities, but looks like they're
I know he has a gun.
yes. Looks like Jack, a.k.a. Yellow Joker, is utilizing his gun a lot, while Line Joker seems to be charging up their Arsene quite frequently, but loses
Ella.
their first stock. Sorry, Ella.
We learned names.
Line Joker, a.k.a. Ella, a.k.a. Black Joker, a.k.a. regular Joker.
We'll probably just say Lion Joker
Probably. I almost called Jack Yellow Joker once again. Jack at 95%, but with all 3 stocks, looks like he's still on the, or
He's
rather, Line Joker.
He was
Ella
getting
is on
juggled.
the offense right now. Getting many solid hits on him. Ella has charged her persona up, but
Jack
is
is
evading
still
quite
somehow up.
with his persona now out. At 150% now off, his first stock has been removed. Now
Jack
equal stocks.
should still be able to take this, though.
However, it appears that Ella is already suffering from 118% with Yellow Joker, aka Jack, at 9%.
And then
And
Ella gets a
has
stock
lost her
removed.
second stock.
Seems like we got some trades going on.
Let's see if Ella can turn this around or if Jack has this in the bag.
Who won our previous game?
I believe it was Black Joker, so that would be Ella, if I am correct.
So if Jack wins this one, then that means that we will go into a 3rd round, and then the winner of that round will determine
If
the
I am
final.
correct.
Once again, we have 2 seniors going against each other, so I wonder.
Very
wonder how
interesting
that's-
to see how the classes are faring against each other. Bradley, could you take over commentating for 1 second?
I
And it
can.
looks like Jack has gotten the final hit. So if we were correct earlier,
we are going to go into a 3rd round.
Unfortunately, due to time restraints,
Never
we
mind.
have to capture you for 30 more minutes. We didn't realize it would take this long. We're going to have to cut the losers bracket, and we're playing single elimination from now on.
Looks like we're going to single elimination due to time restraints.
That sucks.
That is a big bummer. Looks like we're only having around 30 more minutes of Smash action, but please stay tuned for that. It's going to be epic.
These games were very interesting to watch, so it's going to suck to see them go by so fast.
Absolutely.
But it
I was
seems
having
like
a lot of fun here tonight.
we have the same people playing the same
Same
characters with the
matchup.
same names.
This is the final round for this match. Looks like they're both getting equal hits on each other, both utilizing their recoveries at the same time. Looks like they're mirroring their actions almost, although it will appear that Jack already has his persona charged.
Ella gaining her persona decently fast, though.
As quick as she is gaining percentage.
Ella now has her persona. Hopefully she is able to equal out the percentages.
Gets a solid hit on Jack.
Jack no longer with his persona, leaves him at slightly a disadvantage.
Both are in the red right now. Whoever can get a solid hit will be
leading.
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth, Bradley. Thank you.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like anybody is controlling the stage, though, which we haven't seen since, I think, the first match. Both
And it looks
characters-
like Jack has lost the first stock for this round. However, Ella is already at 162% and off the stage.
We are back to a 2-2, still very evenly balanced.
Both utilizing the recoveries extremely well. That is one thing that I know about Joker. His recovery is very solid with the grappling hook, being able to almost home into the edge.
Both
Once again,
similar
almost
percentages.
mirroring their actions to each other with nearly equal percents.
Both have their personas. Both very close in percentage again. It is going to be probably one of our closest games. But that could just be because they're both playing the same character.
Ella seems to be utilizing her side B, if I am correct.
The red, like, yeah, side B.
While Jack seems to be utilizing the guns, but now his side B.
I'm not entirely sure what Joker's neutral B, or not neutral B. I'm not entirely sure what Joker's down B does.
Me neither. I guess we'll have to wait and find out, see if they utilize that attack. Both
They
of
probably
them
have.
still at extremely similar percentages, both at 2 stock. Psych. Jack has lost his second stock
And again.
and taken Ella's stock.
It's always fun seeing those. Those are great.
Fantastic. Both at one stock left, 0%.
It's as if the game just started. It's gonna
Both
be
seniors,
very
both
close.
jokers mirroring their attacks. It looks like I'm seeing double tonight, folks.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
Maybe. I am slightly dehydrated. It's like both of them. Utilizing. Mason Baki has run up with the Sierra Mist. Love that guy. Oh! And Jack gets the
takes
final
it.
hit on Ella.
So
Looks
that-
like he has won this round for the seniors.
So that will be the last of our 3-round games, I believe. The
Superior
rest of them will
Joker.
be single elims.
Wow. This will be very exciting. I'm now going to drink some Sierra Mist on camera. Would you like some?
Anyways, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Anyways, that was a great match that was just played by our 2 seniors. And now it seems like we are getting the next match set up.
Nearly every game has been neck and neck so far, which is
It's
so nice
been
to
very,
see.
very nice.
So nice to see even matches, even skill.
And Collin Bunker.
Seems like our
Our very own John Collins versus Collin Bunker are going head to head, both representing the 11th grade. Very epic.
very epic indeed. I'm not too sure who they play, but we will find out. If I remember correctly,
we
though, they
will
both
indeed.
play very well,
Huh?
and
John Collins is playing Ganondorf this round.
of course he is.
John, if you do not know, people at home, John has a history of playing many rounds, playing many games of Smash as Ganondorf, and it's very epic. So
No, it's
stay
not.
tuned.
It's not epic.
It's not
It's
epic
not
when you're
epic.
going against him, but this should prove a very interesting round.
John is a man that knows what he is doing almost all of the time.
Curious-
Collin, I have not played with, so I
No.
am not entirely sure about his play style.
Curious to see who Collin will choose in order to combat Ganondorf's
They both seem very
hard-hitting,
eager to start.
slow moveset. Both utilizing the GameCube controller. Looks like Collin will
Is
be
picking
choosing
Pit.
Pit.
That's a very interesting choice. You don't see very many people playing Pit.
But it's always very exciting to see people choosing unexpected characters.
It's
Looks
very
like
true.
While Pit has drawn first blood, his percentage is quickly rising as Ganondorf is getting too close for comfort. Looks like Pit is utilizing his distance though right now. Not a lot of space on this stage, but
Pit seems to be evading Ganon as much as he can while also trying to deal at least some bit of damage. But it seems like Ganon is still currently in the lead in a way.
Ganon seems to be dominating the stage right now while Pit is trying to keep his distance.
Seemed to have been a parry. Not much use was made out of it, though.
Percentage is nearly equal right now. Ganon almost goes for a hard hit.
That seems to be Ganon,
And Ganon
down
has
due
lost
to
his
his poor
first stock.
recovery.
Very poor recovery. Seems that Pit has a much superior recovery, obviously.
He is an angel.
Pit at 69%. At 3 stock, with Ganon at 2 stock at 54%. If Ganon can stay on the stage, he may have this in the bag, but it would appear that Collin has found some ways to get him off the stage, like so.
Just by playing near the edge, that's all he needs to do.
If he can get him on the outside.
And that was a
And
hit.
John gets him with the beautiful side B.
That was a choice to stay in front. That was a choice to stay in front of Ganon's very powerful punch that will kill you, I think, at 40%.
Extremely powerful. If John can keep those hits coming, he has this practically in the bag. But both are at 2 stocks now, with Ganon at 140% and Pit at 45%. Looks like Pit, using their solid recovery,
Seems
saves
like-
themselves from a nasty fall.
Gannon is trying to protect that edge, knowing that that is the only thing he will really be able to do in this situation.
And it looks like Ganondorf has lost his second stock.
Launched off of this stage. Not much you can do about that. Pitt's going to keep trying to keep his distance while inputting a little bit of damage.
Pitt using the empty space off of the stage itself exceptionally. Looks like Pitt is now at 130%.
And is now reduced to 0.
Yes. They're both at 1 stock each.
Gannon
once again.
38%. But that shouldn't be no problem for him as long as he does not get knocked too far off the stage.
It all depends if Gannon is knocked off the stage. If he can hold his ground well enough, he can definitely get Pitt off. But Pitt seems to be using his solid recovery and projectiles.
And there is the final
and
hit.
There it goes.
With a punch to the face.
Final crit.
And
John,
you see
with his head in his hands.
Collin with his head in his hands.
Collin, what
it's
did I
all
say?
right. You said John.
Collin with his head in his hands. I apologize.
It's all right.
Collin.
It's all right. You know, he knew that he shouldn't have gotten hit by that, but he was. There, you know, sometimes there's not much you can do about it, but yeah.
There is definitely not much you can do about that hit.
It does have hyper armor on it, which means that you cannot cancel it no matter what you are doing.
Looks like John is going with Kirby this round.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. That's going to
if
be an
I'm not
interesting
mistaken.
matchup. Even though he won earlier by using Ganon.
Ganondorf. Maybe
Seems
he
like
realized that the small stage might not be such a great choice for someone with such a poor recovery.
It seems like this Kirby is going to be a bit more aggressive.
Evading most of the attacks from Pitt, getting just their first bit of percentage.
Those were some very nice jabs from Pitt, getting some decent damage in.
Both characters have fantastic recoveries, so that should mean the edge is much safer for both of them.
And it seems like that is where they are going to reside for most of the match. They're
John
just gonna
dominating
keep
the edge
playing
right now.
games.
It really honestly depends on who is inside and who is on the outside. And Pitt has their first stock taken from Kirby.
Kirby is at 80% though, so they do need to watch out from a decent hit.
Absolutely.
That was the first time that we saw Pitt try to use a reflect.
Curious to see if he can pull that move off.
They're both dodging a lot,
Very
which is
exceptional dodges. Kirby nails that down B.
Kirby is still almost at 100%.
But holding his ground extremely well.
Will Kirby be able to take another stock off of Pitt before losing his?
That'd be very exciting and shocking.
Seems like that might happen.
That just might happen. If he can get a solid hit on him,
did.
which he does. Pitt is now down to 1 stock. If Kirby can take off this final stock.
Kirby almost had a chance to to perfect.
That
Flawless.
Fantastic.
Pitt.
However, still he has the lead with 2 stocks against 1. However, he's not gotten any damage on Pitt until just now.
Pitt will need to deal a lot of damage. He will need to be very aggressive, but also need to play it very safe.
Once again, much of the time, they're residing on the edges due to their great recoveries. I'm curious to see if they could use it to each other's disadvantage.
A lot of counters are being played. A lot of dodging. Not much else you can expect from 2 very nimble characters.
Both getting flurries of hits on each other.
Pitt
Kirby
using his
now-
bow to get out some damage onto Kirby.
Kirby now at 115% with Pitt at 56%.
And Pitt takes a stock off of Kirby.
It
Pitt
is
does
now-
have a chance
It
here.
is now 1-1. It's truly anyone's game now.
Pitt could very well take this from Kirby. And I think because we are doing single elims now, that this will be the one match we will play. So whoever loses does not get a second chance.
It's a shame. It's truly a shame.
Yeah, it would be great if we had more time.
Absolutely. It is already in the red with 115%, quickly rising. Kirby's at 35%.
I think he's
Holding his
stuck at
ground very
35
well.
for quite a decent while.
Now it's 63%. Will he be able to recover?
Pitt does control the edge right now. Seems to have lost it, though.
Beautiful up B from John S. Kirby.
Both characters are playing very
And it
well,
looks
and
like
there goes Pitt.
Kirby gets the final hit, and John will be moving on to the next round.
Looks like Pitt returns back to the clouds.
Both played fantastically.
That was a very, very nice game.
Both
very
very
nice.
skilled.
Seems like John was our winner. That was
John will be moving on to the next round for the juniors.
Ganon's comeback in their previous round
The first round.
was
Fantastic.
great.
Incredible.
Coming back
Despite not having much space on the stage and being knocked off multiple times by Pitt, he was
and
still
being
able
at
to
a
hold his
decently
ground.
high percentage the whole game. Did very, very well. All it takes is a couple of good dodges and you should be safe.
Fantastic.
DJ and Cole, up to the big screen.
Not quite sure who's going up next, but we will find out soon.
So what do you think of the tournament so far?
So far, it has been extremely exciting. All players have been exceptionally skilled, and I'm very curious to see how this plays out in the end.
I'm kind of upset that we haven't seen any of the newer characters, like Hero or
Absolutely.
Banjo. I would love to see gameplay from those.
Absolutely. For me personally, while I have the characters, I have not tried them out that much, so I'm very curious to see their gameplay.
Seems like they're trying to figure out the roster.
Does not seem like there's been any matches uneven this night so far.
They have all been very, very,
Very
close, and that is
evenly matched.
very fun to see.
Caleb is subbing in for Cole, and he's going to be playing Pichu. TJ is playing Mario. And TJ's a freshman. Caleb's subbing in for Cole as a senior.
So,
Okay, so it seems like Caleb Burton is going to be subbing in for Cole Ekman. They are both seniors.
and TJ, a freshman, will be playing.
I did not hear.
Did not catch that. But we will soon
find
see.
out. We will find out very soon.
So, once more, Caleb Burton will be subbing in for Cole for the 12th grade, and TJ will be playing for the freshmen,
Seems like they added a third player again.
most likely by accident. Oh, psych.
This should be a very interesting game.
Absolutely.
Seems like we got Pichu and Mario.
But who will take home this fantastic prize?
That is a good question.
We will
I do
soon
not
find
know
out.
how they will actually determine that.
Would you like some Sierra Mist?
No, I'm good. Yeah. Would
You
you
say
like
so.
some Sierra Mist?
No, you don't.
No?
No?
Okay.
I mean, sure. Okay. I mean, if you say so.
All right, we got Mario. in
Oh, I
his
believe
white
TJ
tuxedo.
is playing as Mario, while Caleb will be playing Pichu. There goes my Sierra Mist. The match is already underway.
Seems to be starting off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Pichu getting off some decent damage, already taking Mario up to 45%.
Utilizing his speed to dodge most of Mario's attacks.
Pichu is a very fast but light character, so they will need to look out.
All right, on the small TV, Waylon and Josh Blanchard next, please.
Looks like Mario is at 110%, already in the red with Pichu in orange, but their percent quickly rising. And
Uh-oh.
was that considered a violation? I do not know.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't say anything about
We may
hitting the
have
home
to.
button.
That's true. That's true.
It must have
Well,
been an accident.
It looks like Pichu has taken off Mario's first stock. Not surprising with how the match started out. Pichu at 91% though.
Mario needs to get some hits in,
Getting
knock
some-
Pichu off.
Getting some solid hits on Mario.
And there we go.
And there goes Pichu.
Just like that, one hit.
They're now both at 2 stocks. It seems pretty even. If Mario can start dodging Pichu's attacks better.
Both of these characters do have at least some sort of projectile. They
Absolutely.
do only deal a slight bit of damage.
However, it seems like it has mostly been close combat until they get to the edge and knock the other person off.
That was a
That was a very
interesting
play
choice.
by Caleb. As Pichu, who has now lost their second stock and is at 0%.
I wonder
However,
what their
Mario,
play was there.
yeah,
Boosting themselves off and then trying to go back. It could have been a bait, but it
could have
did
been a
not
very
seem
interesting
played
play,
out
but
well.
didn't work out well.
But it doesn't matter.
Mario has lost their second stock. They are now both at 1 stock with fairly low percentages.
It's going to be very, very close.
Very unpredictable round so far.
Both near 50. They were 20% away from each other.
If Pichu can continue to evade Mario's attacks and get in flurries of attacks, then he's definitely got this game in the bag.
A big problem with Pichu, though, is that Pichu does cause self-damage.
It's true.
Every time that they use their charge or they use their Thunderbolt, Pichu will be taking a slight bit of damage. It will not kill them, but it will add, but it does not matter because Mario is hit
Seems
out.
that disadvantage proved not that large as Caleb, representing the 12th grade, has won the first round as Pichu against TJ as Mario. That was a long-winded sentence, but it made sense
For the most part.
for the most part. Don't know how many people are watching at home, but I hope you guys are having a good night watching this Smash tournament.
I'm not
Truly
too sure
exciting.
how many people we've gone through. I think we've gone up through about almost 10 players.
Absolutely. I believe we are having games also on smaller screens.
Seems like he's going to be playing Mario just with a different skin. Are we going to be having more players? Nope, it does not.
Confused at what is happening right now.
I think they're
But
just hitting the
Just
wrong
having
buttons.
some technical difficulties, but it looks like they pulled through. Same fighters this round. Now on Battlefield.
Pichu getting an early hit. Pichu
once again
dealing
getting-
some damage.
Getting some remarkable flurries of attacks against Mario.
Both players are dodging a lot. There's a lot of counterattacks going on here.
Just about to say that both percentages are fairly equal, but it looks like Mario is now in the red with Pichu at around half of Mario's percent, but quickly rising. Seems that a capture has been taken.
Mario was charging up his down B. Hopefully he will use it to knock Pichu off without allowing them to recover. I don't know how well that would be used against Pichu, but it does not seem like it will matter. He taunted too. The
sheer
disrespect.
disrespect from Mario. I'm already seeing some more aggression from Pichu.
Seems like Mario might be paying for that, but maybe not after just grabbing Pichu.
Oh, very close call on the edge of the map. Mario at 161%, holding on for their first stock for dear life, and just barely lets go.
We're back to 2-2. Pichu is at 50%. They are both playing very, very well. Great match for each
Very
other.
aggressive this round, very aggressive.
It is very close, though. All of these rounds have been. People have been doing it very great.
Looks like both of them are trying to utilize their projectiles, but they don't have too much range. And Mario cannot get their recovery in and loses their second stock.
Pichu landing that great hit with that Thunderbolt.
Fantastic. However, Pichu has to now be very careful with their electric attacks.
Although they are only at 2 stocks, so they don't have to worry about it too much.
Already at 110%, Mario at 30%.
Mario could still very easily win this.
Swings
Yep,
Pichu off.
it's going to be very, very close once again.
Even stocks with Mario at around 44%.
Trading projectiles.
Pichu seems to be utilizing his projectiles fairly well.
Going to be close. Pichu is guarding that edge. Pichu currently seems to be dominating right now. Mario
is
dodging
unable to
instead
recover.
of using his up B, which was an interesting choice.
Very interesting. It looks like Pichu has won this round and this match, I believe.
That was
Fantastic.
very well played by both.
Caleb Burton, representing the 12th grade seniors, has pulled through.
It does not seem like the costume change from Mario worked.
No. Shocking.
Yeah, you know, you would have thought that changing the costume would have a very big impact on the game.
You never know. Costume change can mean quite a lot.
We have Jack Murphy and
Bradley.
there was another name that I
And
did not
somebody else that we will be learning of shortly.
Does not seem like they are going to worry too much about setting up their controllers. Or
Jack
maybe they
Murphy,
will.
if you have forgotten, played earlier and went through for, let me start that sentence over. He played earlier in his match, he won and moved on to now this round. He is representing the 12th grade seniors, and it would appear that there's somebody else. And
We
we
will
don't
learn
know
their
who that
name
somebody
shortly.
is.
But no matter who it is, it seems like they will be giving us some very decent gameplay.
I'm very excited to see what happens.
As player 1 figures out who they are going to be playing. Ganon versus Joker.
Looks like
This will be very interesting.
pretty sure Jack is playing as Joker once again. Classic yellow Joker. So excited to see the return of yellow Joker.
We got Yellow Joker back up on the screen, but
Rest in peace, Line
taking
Joker.
a hit. Lion Joker.
Joker's persona already charged up.
Which is bad news for Ganon.
However, with more space than other maps, Ganon should have more of an advantage on this stage than the previous Ganons.
Seems like they are keeping their range, though, which is interesting for Ganon.
And Ganondorf
Jack is going to take the
gets
hit.
the very solid side B. It is side B, if I'm correct, yes?
No, that's his neutral B.
That is his neutral B. My apologies earlier for saying
Jack
it was
decided
his
to
side
take
B.
the hit from that, which was an interesting play. He could have easily dodged out of it.
Ooh,
That's going to cost him a
Utilizes.
stock, though.
utilizes his grappling hook against Ganon.
Ganon's
Ganon,
at very high percentage.
very high percent, but very heavy and hard to knock off. So, I'm
But
curious
if
to
he goes
see.
anywhere, Ganon will be done for.
Joker has summoned. Jack has summoned his persona,
Again,
knocking off
and a
Ganon
parry.
at 196%.
or a counter. My bad. Counter, not a parry.
No worries,
done.
Bradley.
I think we found what Joker's new down B does. Or at least with Persona.
Joker getting some solid hits on Ganon.
Joker trying to use his gun to get some decent damage off. It's not going to make Ganon flinch, but it will get some percentage on him.
Any percentage is good for Ganon because he is one tough character to knock off. But it was beautifully done last stop.
Joker could be killed by a single hit from Ganon.
Both
Very
players still
heavy
have
hitting character.
2 stocks. Joker with a higher percentage
Like that.
and getting knocked off by Ganondorf.
A heavy, heavy hit from Ganon. Knocking Joker off, taking away that stock. Ganon at 2, Joker at 1.
If Ganon can hold on and hold his ground well.
He will win this, but
He
Joker
can.
is still able to make a comeback. All he has to do is just get Ganon off that stage for
Oh,
long enough and
Trying to
farther away
utilize
from that
Ganon's
edge.
poor recovery.
And Ganon is off the
Ganon
stage.
is off it. The playing
It
field
is
has
going to
been
be
leveled
very,
once again.
very close.
Curious as to why the camera has been on us. I'm sorry to the folks at home watching, having to watch the game behind us, but you can still see mostly what's going on. The only thing hidden is Joker's stock, which is 1. He has summoned his persona. Both of them were at very similar
There we go.
percents. There we go.
Much better. Joker's going to need to play very carefully, though, because he is, once again, at a very easy kill percentage when it comes to Ganon. Ganon is
However-
also at a very high percentage, so it is anybody's game right
Joker
now.
utilizing his... Oh, and Joker knocks off Ganon. That
Joker
nearly-
takes the game.
Wow, fantastically done. That was
Someone from the crowd just screamed,
Poggers.
"Looking good, Joker." I have to agree with them. They did look good in that match. Not too sure what is going down by the players.
curious as to what our time constraints are looking like.
It is currently 8:04, so I think this was scheduled to go until 8:30. I'm not entirely sure.
Fingers crossed that it does, because this has been extremely exciting night
It has.
here in the Anacortes Commons.
It'd be nice if we could do more things like this and not just for homecoming.
Absolutely.
I think our next contestants will be moving up soon.
All right, everyone, more time restraints. We're playing one-game matches now. Except for
One-game matches
We
are
are
now
now-
going to be played.
We're now playing one-game matches, folks.
So whoever
Due to time
loses, they
constraints.
do not get a second chance.
So it looks like Jack Murphy will be moving on to the next round. Next up, I believe, looks like John Collins back up on the plate.
John Collins versus... I'm not entirely who he said.
Looks like Mateo, possibly.
We're going to let him plug in his controller.
Once
Get
again, John
comfortable.
Collins is representing the juniors, and Mateo is representing the 9th grade. And this
Will
is
be
now.
an interesting matchup. If I remember correctly, they both played it very well. I think John might go for Ganon again. I think Mateo played Marth, so that will be a very interesting matchup. If Marth can counter Ganon's punch, that will be very, very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looks like. Oh, I thought both were going for Marth for a moment there, but it seems that Mateo, our boy Soup, is going with Marth
boy
once
Soup.
again. Yep. As stated previously, it is best of one. Whoever loses this first round will not go on to the next bracket. And it looks like John, once again, has chosen
they
Ganondorf.
did not choose the correct type
They
of
did
stage.
not choose
so
the
they,
correct
they got to
stage.
restart.
No contest, folks.
Good job. Good job.
Yep. I know.
There
Very
we
s-
go.
very
Going
strict
to
rules.
basic battlefield.
Strict rules on which stages that the players are allowed to pick, which makes sense. Looks like John going for King
John
DDD
switching it
rather
to
than
King.
Ganondorf. Wonder what made him change his mind.
That is very interesting. Starting the game off by
DDD
throwing
getting
a
the first
spiny.
hit and dodging Marth's swordplay.
think those are called Spinies. Pretty sure those are called Spinies,
I
right?
was talking about Marth, sir.
Oh, well,
You
I was
fool.
talking about King DDD.
Well, that is indeed what is happening on the screen right now, Bradley. Both of them at around 50%.
DDD getting a good hit off, dealing some nice percentage.
Gets a nice, solid recovery.
They're both playing very aggressive. Their counters are very nice.
Both are around 80% right now. It's anyone's game. Both are in the red.
They are very, very equal in play style.
Mhm.
This is going to be a very close game.
Seeing lots of close combat and blocking and using the recoveries to their advantage. And it looks like DDD has lost his first stock, with Marth at 82% currently. DDD needs to get some more hits on Marth in order to get him off the stage and level the playing field.
DDD just needs to hit him with that hammer. One decently charged hammer should get him off. Marth might be keeping those 3 stocks for a while, though.
Holding on very tightly to his first stock.
He just needs
At
to deal some damage with that
132%.
with that first stock.
And DDD gets a solid hit on him,
It will not happen.
getting Marth down to 2 stocks. Soup.
They're both at 2 stocks. DD, little over 50. Marth had 0%, but got hit for the first time for a bit.
Looks like Marth is getting some solid hits on DDD, now at 110%.
Marth is only at 30, basically 50% now.
Needs to be careful about how he's getting hit.
If Marth can get a decent reflect off, then, or counter, if Marth can get a decent counter off, then he should be able to knock DDD off the stage.
DDD gets a very nice recovery after being juggled by Marth for some time.
That
DDD
is going to be a problem for Marth, though. If he gets knocked far off the stage, he is basically done. When it comes to DDD, though, he is able to float right back up.
DDD now at 169%, holding his ground surprisingly well despite Soup's best efforts. And, oh my goodness, and DDD takes off Marth's second stock.
Quite surprising.
Very surprising, being at 169%.
Nearing 200%, DDD is still alive.
It'd be extremely exciting to see if DDD was able to get,
Nope.
Oh, just kidding. You know, you all knew what I was going to say, folks.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a very, very close game. It is still anybody's game.
Marth at 71% and DDD at 12. Gets it. Oh my goodness, DDD gets a very solid grab on Marth.
All Marth needs to do is just deal some damage, though, and if he can get a nice counter, he will win the match.
Oh, almost charged his hammer up. Marth being at 114%. Oh, that's those spikies.
DDD using those
Maybe
projectiles.
the death of Marth, but Marth just barely deflects DDD, is hit by a spiky. And
there
DDD
it
gets the
goes.
final hit on
With
Marth.
the hammer. The crowd
Beautifully
cheering.
done. That means that John will be moving on to the next round.
That was a good match from both players. Shake hands. Great sportsmanship.
Fantastic sportsmanship.
That is-
Bradley?
Very well. Very, very well played match.
Absolutely.
That was very interesting. I wonder who our next lineup will be.
Just a reminder, John Collins is representing the juniors for this tournament. Very curious to see who gets the win for this.
Who will be taking home the gamer headset.
Not to be biased or anything, but personally, I'd like the juniors to win. No bias. No bias.
Yeah, no, it's not because we're
No
juniors
bias.
or anything.
No.
No. And me personally, I feel like the juniors should win. Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
no
gonna have
bias.
to disagree.
No
I
bias.
want the juniors to win.
Oh, really? You
Looks
know,
like
you know,
Wyatt and John are both going against each other.
John is going to be
this
playing
round.
another game.
Both representing the juniors.
Seems like they're going to be getting their controls set up. Almost sleeping the console.
That would have been a funny turn of events, wouldn't it have been, Bradley?
It would have.
Bradley is now playing with the microphone like
I
a
am
small
not
child.
playing with the microphone.
Like a small little baby child.
You know, Jonah, that's not really how you talk to your
Co-host.
co-announcer.
You know what, Bradley? You're right. I apologize for my misdemeanor,
Thank you.
and I will go get you a slice of pizza
I don't want a slice
to pay
of
the
pizza.
price. Well, you're getting a slice of pizza, Bradley.
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
We got
All right.
Isabel and Bayonetta. Have not seen either of the... Nope, never mind. Isabel has not been played yet tonight. Seems like...
If I'm correct, it would look like John is playing Isabel and White is playing King DDD.
It may be that way.
If it is the other way around, I apologize.
It's a nice
Isabel
combo
draws
played out by
first
Isabel.
blood, but is quickly evened out. Oh, looks like there was some difficulty. Perhaps they chose the wrong stage.
No, but that was the right kind of
That
stage.
was
There
the
was
right kind of
nothing
stage.
wrong with that stage.
Very interesting. I'm curious to, as to what happened there, but
Maybe they did choose the
Maybe
wrong
they
stage,
did.
but
Maybe
I
they
feel
did.
like it was okay. Unless maybe there's
oh, it would appear that somebody's controller is
messing up.
messing up. That is very unfortunate. But do not worry, it seems like things are getting sorted out, and that match will be underway once again. Yep. Going for the, is that the Battlefield version of Gerudo Valley?
I think so.
Awesome.
I would still love to see a Mii fighter as Sans be played.
Ah, okay. It would appear that John is Ganondorf and Wyatt is Isabel. I apologize, last round I believe Wyatt was, in fact, Isabel. So, very excited to see how this plays out.
They
Wyatt
must
already
have
turned.
chosen the wrong stage.
Probably.
Because this looks a bit different. Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Perhaps not.
This will be interesting because
Already getting pretty
it's
even hits on each
a
other.
light character versus a heavy character.
Absolutely.
So Isabel's going to be getting thrown off very easily, but she will be very hard to hit.
Absolutely. And with her very solid grab, it seems like Wyatt is trying to go for the grab and lands one. Ganon now at 90% and Isabel at 59. However, Ganon doesn't have too much to worry about being such a heavy character. Isabel is quite quick and can most likely
They are
evade.
both in the red, though, so they both better watch out.
It's true, they both need to watch out.
Isabel
Looks
is
like
going to get kicked
Isabel
off the stage.
has lost her first stock with Ganon holding on at 100, sitting snug at 132%. But quickly rising.
Ganon might hold that until 200%, though, because once again, he is a heavy character, but
But
of
alas,
course, that's not
both
going to
of them
happen.
Now at 2 stocks.
As soon as I mention it.
Bradley, you're such a jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Isabel
because
knocked
she is
off
such a
almost
light character.
immediately after at around 95%. Ganon gets a very solid grab with 0% on him for his second stock, I believe.
Isabel
Isabel
tried
has
to
to
pull
be-
off a combo. It
Isabel
did
needs
not
to be
seem like
very
it worked too
careful.
well. Isabel really using those rockets. She really needs to play it careful. Otherwise, it will
Isabel's
be game over.
utilizing her grab, I guess his grab. This is Quiet, Mr. Quiet.
And that is
Ganon
game.
destroys Isabel. Fantastic. With 2 stocks to spare.
That-
Looks like
that was
John is
not
moving
very
on once
surprising.
again for the juniors. Very exciting.
Was it
Looked
John?
like Isabel
John was playing. John was playing.
Yep. He was playing.
Yep.
He was Ganondorf.
John will be in the finals. Be interesting to see that. So that means I believe we have 2 more matches to play. We need 1 more match to figure out who is going to play against John, and then the winner of that match will play against John.
I was very interested in White's tactic in using his grab, trying to get Ganondorf away, since Ganondorf's attacks are primarily close encounter, but it didn't suffice. And yeah, White will be moving on to the next round for the juniors. Just
Yeah.
bumped my microphone. I apologize.
It's okay. I've been doing it quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Like I said. So we are getting close to the end of the night, though. We do only have, I would say, 2 more matches left. Hopefully these
Very
2
exciting.
will be very close instead of just being a straight win.
Hopefully we get some epic gamer moments in the next 2 rounds.
All right. Sorry. Caleb and Isaac Bishop up to the big screen.
All right, then.
Yeah.
We still have a pretty sizable crowd, though. Doesn't seem like anybody's really left. Nobody's really joined.
Hey, Jonah. This is the last semifinal. John's in the final right now. Whoever wins this is the first thing going.
This is the final semifinal. I have been told whoever wins this round will be going against John in the final.
And
Looks
they
like
will
we
be
have-
competing to win this headset and to get their
And for
class
points.
400 points.
Absolutely. Looks like Caleb will be facing off against somebody. Caleb again is representing the 12th grade, the seniors. Looks like he's going against Isaac, who's
Isaac.
representing the juniors.
So it will be very interesting. If Isaac wins,
It
then
will
it will be
And
junior versus junior.
it'll be a certain win for
And
the
then
juniors.
if Caleb wins, then it will be junior versus
Senior.
senior.
Very excited for this matchup, folks.
It will be. Both players are getting ready. Both players are happy and ready to go.
The tension is already up. Caleb throwing up some signs for the camera. Looks like Caleb will be playing with 2 Joy-Cons, while Isaac will be playing with the GameCube controller. The tension is up. The stakes are high.
Interesting weird to play with 2 detached Joy-Cons. You know, if it works, it works.
If it works,
It works.
you are absolutely right, Bradley. Everyone has their own way to play. That's
As we've
what's so
said,
beautiful
like,
about this.
many times throughout this
Well,
entire
Bradley,
stream.
it's so important.
It
We have
is
to
important.
reiterate
It is
about
very important.
30 times. We need to hit our quota, Bradley, or I'm told we will be fired.
Ah,
Yeah. Looks like
final destination.
final destination.
The
Ridley
final
versus Pichu.
semifinals will be taking place
I
on Final
apologize for not
Destination.
catching who is who. If I remember correctly,
I believe Isaac would
Isaac
be-
is Ridley.
Yes.
Okay, so Isaac is Ridley. Cheese. And
Cheese.
already loses a stock to Pichu.
Surprising. That was fast.
That was very quick.
I did not see Isaac's percentage
Yeah.
that entire time.
Very, very impressive on Pichu's part. Still maintaining a very solid percentage
Only at 50, and after taking out an entire stock already.
from Ridley of all kickers. And as Pichu
Gee.
has already taken out a second stock from Ridley. Anything could happen, folks, but Pichu is in the lead right now. Pichu being at 101% has to be careful about being knocked off, but still has 3 stocks. If Pichu can somehow knock off Ridley with still 3 stocks, that will be an incredible end to the semifinal. However, Ridley has knocked off Pichu's first stock.
And just like what I've been doing, you've jinxed it.
Yep.
It
That's how it
would be
works,
very
folks.
interesting to see that happen, but at the same time, it feels really bad for the person that ends
Ridley-
up getting perfected.
Ridley's already at 113%, but he is a heavy character. However, it seems that Pichu has knocked him off on lower percents previously in this
And
round.
that is the game.
And that is the game.
Pichu still with
Extremely quick.
2 stocks and at a low percentage. That is a
Masterfully
great
done.
match.
Masterfully done. That was poggers. Really. Wow, fantastic. That means Caleb will be moving on to the final representing the seniors, while John will be also in the final representing the juniors.
This will be a very interesting match because now it is not secured for the juniors. It is now a fight for who will gain their points for their class, and
The
also, of
stakes.
course, who will gain the headset.
The stakes, they are so high. I'm shaking in my boots, Bradley, in anticipation for this next match.
Both players are getting ready. They're having pre-game conversation. Hopefully they're both relaxed and ready for what's about to come forward.
Once again, fantastic sportsmanship for our contestants tonight.
And for their final battle, they are choosing specific music, which is interesting. You know, you got to make the final battle. You got to make the final battle special. Seems like we're gonna have Pichu versus Rob. It's gonna
Very
be an interesting fight.
I assume that Caleb will once again be reprising his role as Pichu with
And
John
John
as
will be Rob.
So excited to see what happens.
And
they
they're
quit.
ending because something happened.
Something has gone wrong.
I'm not sure
Not
what.
quite sure what happened, but
Maybe John hit the wrong character?
maybe. They're on Final Destination with the Giga Bowser music, it would appear. I can already tell this is going to be a thrilling fight, a thrilling end to the night.
Oh, they're changing their controls. They forgot to do
I
that.
see.
All right, well, it's going to take them a bit to do that.
So, yeah.
So, how do you think this is going to play out?
Honestly, I don't know. If John is going to go with Rob and Caleb is going to go with Pichu, Pichu definitely is going to be able to evade a lot of Rob's attacks, but Rob is notoriously difficult to knock off the stage. So I am very curious as to how this could go. It truly is anyone's game at this point. I know that's been said
As it
many
has
times.
been and as it always will be. Yep, Rob
This
and
time
Pichu again.
especially. So excited to see what happens.
This will be a great final match.
Absolutely. Nothing but fantastic matches from these two so far. Rob draws first blood against Pichu. Both of them seem to be
At a
at a
standstill.
standstill. And it would appear that they are quitting once again.
Maybe they didn't have their controls
Huh.
correct again.
Well then. Fantastic. Yeah! Woo! Woo!
What a great match.
What a fantastic ending. Good night. Just kidding.
Unless. I'm still not entirely sure about what's happening.
No, me neither.
Because this
Man.
is the second time that they've stopped. I
Quite
think the
confused.
first time was to change controls.
Uh-huh.
The second time, are they
Seems
changing?
like they're
No, they're changing controls again.
Once again. Very important, but confused why they didn't get it right the first time. The tension
we go.
is too much. They're building it up too much.
Hopefully this is the last time that they're going to have to change their controls. Hopefully we can get this game started and this night will come to a close. It's going to be quite sad, but
We're gonna see
it's been
who's
an adventure.
taking home this year, baby. And the points for homecoming.
Yeah. Will be very important. All right, hopefully this time the match actually starts.
Here we go. Finally, the match truly begins. Pichu drawing blood for the first time this time.
They're
However,
both very offensive, very, very fast
extremely
movements.
offensive. Rob already at 72% and cannot. Oh, and nails that recovery. That was incredible. Playing off
Rob
of Pichu's attacks,
almost
Rob
loses.
is able to recover somehow from that almost hopeless situation. And
Rob
he's
is
knocked
hit
off.
off.
His first stock already gone. Super unpredictable right off the bat, people.
Pichu is only at 60%. That
This-
is not very high,
This is what I'm talking about.
especially
This is
for
the
losing
exciting,
one stock.
This is the exciting gameplay that we look for in these tournaments.
I am very shocked John went Rob instead of his usual Ganon.
Yeah, absolutely. Although they have some similar qualities, Rob is definitely quicker in some senses. And yeah, I'm just curious to see how this plays out. Both of them around 100% with Pichu at 3 stocks. Oh, Rob looked like he was about to go for the spike, but is unable to. Would have been an extremely exciting play.
We have not seen very many spikes
No, we
tonight,
have
which
not.
is very
Very
interesting. Normally there's a lot of spikes.
Absolutely.
Rob
If Rob
missing
can
his
get this
attack.
hit, if Rob can get this hit on Pichu, they will both have 2 stocks. But Rob is already at 130%
Getting
and is
juggled
quickly
by
rising.
Pichu.
Pichu seems to be dominating this round so far.
The
with
same
the
thing
same
is
thing
happening again.
before.
That's
wow.
a great way to get damage off.
And Pikachu
Rob
takes off the second stock from Rob.
still
Rob
at
is
3
now
stocks though.
At 3 stocks, 160%. He's playing masterfully, evading Rob's attacks.
Rob is going to have to play very
Truly
carefully
incredible.
in order to take this back.
Absolutely. If Rob can somehow make a comeback from this, that will be incredible.
It will
But
be a great
seems-
end to the night.
Seems like Pichu has
Wow.
already taken
Wow.
the win. Caleb, Senior, Pichu has taken.
Oh, the finals are best
the
2 out of 3.
final is a best 2 out of 3. We have just learned, so it is not over yet,
It
folks.
is not over. I
More
imagine John will
of
be
this-
changing characters
More
though.
of this exciting, absolutely. More of this exciting gameplay is to come. I am thrilled
Thank you.
to see what happens next. Such an exciting round, easily the most exciting of the night. Maybe because of the stakes, but the gameplay was fantastic.
Oh, John has switched to Kirby now.
Incredible moves from Pichu. John is now playing Kirby, as Bradley has just stated. And Pichu draws first blood once again. Both very quick, very good recovery characters. Curious to see if they try and dominate the edges this round once
Pichu
again.
was doing nearly the same thing as they were doing last time, but it's
Yes.
not going to be as effective because Kirby is able to control himself a bit better than Rob.
Kirby just barely gets a recovery and is now at 110%.
That is
Pichu at
double
around half
Pichu's.
of that. Kirby's utilizing his up beat pretty well.
Very back and forth movements.
This is so epic. Pichu utilizing his electric attacks once again. It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game.
Kirby is at a very high percentage.
45%. Still utilizing his recovery quite well. Pichu is at 84%. If each of them could get a solid hit on one another, really, either of them could get knocked off. But it looks like Kirby is definitely at a disadvantage right now.
And
has
that is
lost
Kirby losing a
his
stock.
first stock. If Pichu can win this game, if Caleb can win this game as Pichu, once again, he will have won the entire tournament for the seniors and this fantastic
And
headset.
there goes Pichu's
and
stock.
The playing field has been leveled. Fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted to see.
As the
Head
final, this
to
is going to
head.
be great.
Head to head, even scores. This is a beautiful match.
Pichu trying to go for a combo, but misses it.
Looks like Kirby's trying to dominate the side this round.
Pichu still putting out some massive damage, though. Getting a lot of hits off.
However, Pichu being slightly quicker, he's able to evade around Kirby, around the edges, and dominate the edges more efficiently than Kirby.
Pichu has been putting out a lot of damage, but has not been doing any attacks that would launch. And
Looks like
there
Kirby
goes
has lost
Kirby.
his second
final stock.
Final stock, 0%. If Pichu can pull through and get Kirby off his stock, that is a win for the seniors. But it is not over yet.
Kirby is still able to take Pichu's stock right out of their hands.
Pichu is evading, or Kirby is evading Pichu's attacks quite well. Pichu being at 119%. Has to be very careful.
Seems like Kirby is being very offensive, though, which is
Yes.
kind of a different way that you would want to approach this, but it does not matter because
They are
there
both
goes Pichu.
down to their final stocks. This is truly an exciting match.
This could be the final match of the night. It is very close. Kirby almost at 100, Pichu less than 50. It is going to be a very, very close game.
Just barely recovers. If Pichu can get a solid hit on Kirby, it's over. Oh, almost hits Kirby with that Thunderbolt attack.
That would send him off the map.
Off of the map, and that would have been it. Kirby is at 127%, holding on to that last stock for dear life. Pichu gets a very solid hit on Kirby,
blasted
but
off.
it's not enough.
It's going to
He
be very
recovers
close.
somehow at 150%. Pichu at 85% now.
It's going to be very, very
It's going to be
close.
so extremely close.
One small mistake is all it takes.
Oh my God, the tension is killing me, Bradley.
Oh, and there it is.
There it is. That's a game,
Pichu
folks.
takes the game. Caleb wins.
Caleb Burton has won the tournament for
400
the seniors
points for his
against
class.
John. John is the runner-up for the juniors. Fantastic final game.
He has won a HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset along with 400 points for his class. John Collins has won 300 points for his class, and I do not know about the other two.
Well, congratulations, Caleb.
That was very, very well done. Caleb.
Very well played, my friend.
I say everybody tonight has done very well, though. That was very
Fantastic.
entertaining. It was very, very close for every single game. I think we only had one game where it didn't get down to 1-1.
Yeah. And fantastic way to end the night. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. Yeah.
Thanks
Looks
for watching.
Yes, thank you. I feel your heart beat to the beat of the drums. You are going to finish it off, Bradley? If we're still alive, come on.